All right. Very good evening, everybody. Can you all hear me? If you can hear me, do say hi. Please do say hi if you can hear me. All right. Or please say yes so that I can understand more, actually. Please say yes if you can hear me. Okay. All right, cool. So everybody, today we'll spend a little bit time on SQL MCQs because I realized we've not yet completed that fully. And while we covered a lot of SQL, we didn't really cover the SQL MCQs part. So today we'll cover the SQL MCQs, right? Somebody's asking, was today's exam only for Python students? No, not really. It was for both Java and Python students. You didn't get the Java one? Did you not get the Java one? You guys didn't get? You should try to. MCQs were only on Python. Okay, that's interesting. I don't know why that happened. We did put the Java InfyTQ as well, but okay, cool. I'll check it out. I'll check it out why that happened. But anyway, tomorrow it should not. Okay. I'll check it out. Tomorrow, definitely you'll all get Java and Python. Tomorrow we've put some updated questions, right? So somebody's saying we should start the Python exam and end it. Later we can write the Java exam. Yeah, probably that's something you can do. Cool. So, all right, let's look at. So, anyways, I'm going to focus mostly on SQL MCQs today. And 1 second, just picking up one of the questions. Okay. Somebody saying Aneeq sir on time every time. Thank you so much. Do leave us good comments on the YouTube channel. We're trying to grow our YouTube channel, so you guys help us grow the session and grow the channel a lot. Please do help us grow the channel. We are at, how many are we at? I think we're at some 31,000 or something. Help us get to 35,000 if possible, right? With this InfyTQ, that will be really great. I'm good. Thank you so much for asking. Right, but yeah, help us get to 35,000. Share with your friends, get them to subscribe and so on. Would really love it. And all of you, those who have not subscribed, do subscribe. We've set a target for ourselves. We'd really love to reach 35,000. Help your Aneeq sir out and help us reach 35,000 subscribers by InfyTQ. All right, cool. So today we're going to do like SQL MCQs and then coding questions, right? So, and then we'll get into coding questions. That's what we look at. And for SQL MCQs, I have picked up this one of them, but if you understand this one, then you will get all of the other ones as well. Right. So, okay. Shall we start, everybody? Shall we all start? Okay. Shall we start? Somebody saying, when do we get the InfyTQ test link? Good question. I was surprised they have not yet shared the InfyTQ test link, by the way. I'm really surprised. Usually they share by now. I don't know if are they going to postpone it or not. I don't understand. It does not look like they'll postpone because yeah, I don't know why they've not. Somebody asking how long will this session take? This session will be roughly 2 hours. We'll go up till 8:30 is what we'll do. And yep. Okay. So how many of you got the session link? Sorry, not the session, the test link. Anybody received the test link? Because I was talking to students, I didn't see them getting anything. So if any of you got, do let me know. It's very strange. Probably they'll share it tomorrow, but it's strange they've not yet shared. And if they had to postpone, they would have said by now. So they have not. They are not sent an email about postponing, but nor have they sent the link as well. It's quite strange. But anyways, that's up to them, right? Yeah, that's all we can say. All right, cool. So we'll get started now with our thing. And what I'm doing is I'm picking up these set of MCQs. InfyTQ Python MCQ number 12. However, this is just the name. I'm going to actually do the SQL questions of all of them. And as we're doing the SQL questions, let's discuss, the solution for each one of them. Now, will you get exactly like this? This is roughly the level at which you're going to get. Sorry for that. Yeah, this is roughly the level at which you're going to get the MCQs. So just pay attention and try to get it. Okay. So you are going to be given different tables. And oftentimes what you're going to be given is a very weird query, something like this, right? And then you're supposed to take out the output. And also remember, in SQL, you will be required to give the output, which is, or either judge the output. Um, what I mean to say is you might be required to give multiple outputs as well. So that's also a possibility, right? So yeah, just 1 second, just setting up. Just also want to check the communication from my team. So if all is good or not. 1 second. Before I start, just give me 1 minute, everyone. Sorry for the interruption. Distinct numbers question, yeah, not yet updated. I'm sorry. I just didn't get a chance for that. Let me just look into it. Okay, got it. Cool. So I can also see your chat because I was not be able to see everybody's chat. So I just put this chat here as well. Awesome. Okay, cool. So let's start. Okay, let's start with this one. So what you're given is you're given 3 tables. Whenever you're given 3 tables, very quickly understand what the tables are. So this is a table. There is like a name, type, and there's a gender. Okay, got something of it. And then I have the table product, which is again product one, some price and so on. And then there's a purchase. What the purchase is doing is taking the customer ID, product ID, quantity, and date, right? And it has its own ID. Customer ID, we can sort of understand that the customer ID is probably taken from the customer table, right? Okay, so that's what we can get. Product ID is taken from the product table. So automatically you start understanding that it has something to do with joins, because this table is you'll get full details on this table only if you take up the customer table and the product table together, right? So it has something to do with joins. Let's try to understand what it has to do with join. Okay, so there's a union. What does a union do? It will basically combine all of the result from this one and combine the results from this one into one table itself. Okay, so let's go step by step and understand. Select c.name some quantity into price and as total spent. So this will be total spent. So you're going to get 2 columns here, name and spent. Always when you look at the select statement, try to figure out what columns you're going to get. You're going to get c.name and spent. What is c.name? So somebody was asking me this earlier. What do you mean by the C? What do you mean by from customer C? This is called aliasing. Basically, you're giving the nickname to, sorry, let me just zoom in. Yeah, you're giving a nickname to this table, to this customer table, that the customer table's name is C. So everywhere I don't have to do customer.name, customer.something customer. I can just do C, at least in this query over here. Okay, cool. So I've given that over there, and I'm saying that I need to do from customer C, join purchase P on P.customer ID C.id, join product PD on PD.id P.product ID. So again, both of them we are joining as an inner join, right? Both of them we are joining on an inner join. Okay, so if we're going to join on inner join and we're saying that y type is equal to regular and C.gender is equal to F, group by CID. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's try to see what's going to be the output of this. What we are going to get is, we from this purchase P, join purchase P on P.customer ID C.id, we will ensure that we get all the customer ID details. And from this, we're going to ensure that we get all the product ID details. And what are we filtering out? We're filtering out where type is regular and gender is F. So I basically just want all of the purchases where the type is regular and the gender is F. Okay, so type is regular and gender is F. The name is D. Okay, so let's just write that down. D, E, and F. Right, there are 3 customers where D, E, and F are there. Okay, should we check the conditions from left to right or right to left? What do you mean by left to right or right to left? You mean like, should I check like C.gender first and then type is equal to regular first? Is that what you're asking? Then what are you asking specifically? Edyst UX is nice, somebody saying. Thank you so much. Okay, like there are two joins, you're saying. Okay. See, in this join over here, p.customer ID, c.id, I mean, there's not much you can do over there. The customer ID, that is this one, will join with the customer. This again one will join with the customer. Both of them will get referred to that one. So you check right or left, it's the same thing. In an inner join, it's not going to matter. And in an outer join, I've already taught you what you need to do, right? Okay, so let's just quickly go back. So in this case, I'm going to get regular and gender F. So regular and gender F would mean D, E, and F. I should ideally get D, E, and F, and I think D, E, and F should be in my output if D, E, and F are joining with this table also. That's another thing I have to check, right? So D, E, and F are the rows that I want that fit my filter, but they should also join with the product table, or rather the purchase table. So 4, 5, and 6 are there, are my IDs. Are the 4, 5, 6 IDs available in the purchase table? No, only 4 and 6 IDs are available. So I know that D and F is going to be there for sure. Okay, D and F are going to be there for sure. 5 is not there, so 5 cannot be there. So D and F are going to be there. It could be this, it could be this. Yeah, I've eliminated the first two ones. Okay, again, how did I do that? Because first of all, the join, you could say the join will happen first. So in the join, D and F will get joined. E does not get joined because customer.id should be equal to purchase.customer ID. Purchase does not have customer ID. Rather, purchase does not have customer ID 5. So only 4 and 6 get joined. If 4 and 6 get joined, only D and F get joined. So I have eliminated that, the other options, right? D and F is there. I've eliminated other options. Okay. In this case, again, I'm doing the same thing, except that I'm saying where type is equal to privileged and gender is M. So I'll take the privileged over here and gender M. I get B. Okay. I get, yeah, B and G. That's all I'm getting, right? B and G, which is ID 2 and ID 7. So I'm getting ID 2 and ID 7. If I go down and try to get ID 2 and ID 7, customer ID 2 and ID 7, I get customer ID 2 over here. I don't get any customer ID 7. So is that correct? I get, am I missing something? Where type is privileged and gender is M, right? So customer ID is 2, which is over here, right? And customer ID 7 here. Okay, cool. So B and G, all right. And over here, I'm only getting customer ID 2. I don't get anything else, which would be B, correct? So I should be getting only B, D, and F. Yeah, that makes sense. I should be getting only B, D, and F. This is the answer. 500, 300, 250. Okay. Repeat. All right, sure. Happy to repeat. First things first, what is this doing? Do you understand what this is doing? It's going to join customer C table with purchase P table. How is it going to join? C.id should be equal to P.customer ID. So which are the ones that are going to get joined? Customer A will get joined. Customer D will get joined. Why? A has customer ID 1. D has customer ID 4. F has customer ID 6. A has customer ID 1. B has customer ID 2. C has customer ID 3. So all of these customers get joined. Okay. Then somebody saying here we join product is of no use. It is of use because you're calculating the price. So if they'd given you two tables with same BDF, but the prices were different, then we would have to go further into that, right? So that's the thing. So it is still of use. Okay. Then product ID is joining directly on product. So we saw that these are the customer IDs that are getting joined directly, both in this case, as well as for same this one, right? Customer ID is getting joined for both of them. But now we'll filter out. What do we filter out? Take only those customers where it's regular and F. What is regular and F? We saw that regular and F are only D and F, right? These are the only two ones. And filter out those ones which are privileged and M. Privileged and M, I get G and B, but both G and B are not present over here. Only B is present. G is not present as such, right? It would be 7. 7 is not present over here. Hence, I went with BDF 500, 300, 250. If you actually calculate their prices, it's going to be that only. Yeah. Okay. What is group by doing here? Group by is doing, you're grouping by customer ID. So all it's doing is it's taking the, why did we have the customer ID and order by one? Order by one, what does it actually mean? It's a good point. What does order by one mean? It's a very fairly standard thing. I'm blanking right now. I'll come back to you on this, what order by one is. Okay. But it's a very standard thing actually, order by one. Is order by CNAME? I think it's because the first column. Okay. Thank you for that. It's ordered by the first column. But again, I'm not commenting on that fully. Okay, what does group by CID do? What group by CID does is for that customer, what is the sum of quantity into price? This is what it's doing. Okay, because remember, sum is an aggregate function. So for the sum to happen, we are saying that for that customer, get all the quantity into the price. So here we are joining separately. Somebody is asking, what's this union over here? I'm joining this first, getting the answer, joining this second, getting the answer, and I'm combining both those answers. So when I do this, I get B and D. When I do this, I get the regular and F, which was what? B and F. Was that not the case? No. I was getting D and F. With that, I was getting D and F. And here I'm supposed to get B and G, but the join removed one of them. The join removed G. So I'm getting only B over here. So here there is no as in the statement. Does not matter. If you don't, so you put as generally when you have a space column, like the column name has to have spaces. If you don't have the column name as spaces, you can also give it like this. It's not a problem. Which join is this? This is an inner join. Why product table and purchase table not taken? It's being taken. It's just that the total spent is being calculated from product and purchase. So the total spent is calculated from product and purchase table. The product table gives us the price. If I combine the price with the quantity, I will get the answer over here. Okay. Answer is C option. Okay. It should be D. If it says C, then it's a bit wrong. I'll just check it out again. But yeah, I'll just check it out. There's one or two which were a little bit faulty. We'll just update that. But if you look at it, type is regular and gender is F, right? And here type is privileged and gender is M, right? So there are only like 4 elements which coordinate with both of them. Unless I got the selection wrong. No, it's that only. It's D only. It has to be D. So for BD and DF there, how does union work? So if the row is already existing common in both of them, it will not get repeated. If the exact row is there, it will not get repeated. That's all. That's what the union will do. Okay. Let's do a couple of more questions and then you'll get this. Okay. Let's look at this one, which is this question, which is basically, what would be the output of the following query? Select C.type and okay. So we are requiring 2 columns here, type and sum of quantity into price. Okay, somebody saying what happens if there are repeated customer IDs? Whatever you're taking from the customer table, that also gets repeated. If there are repeated customer ID, let's say customer ID 1 and 1 both are there, then what are we trying to take? We are trying to take the customer type also, right? So the customer type will also come 2 times. The customer name will also come 2 times. It's like if I was trying to give the marks for you for every subject, I will keep your roll number constant, but the subject ID will be different every time, right? But your name will also be the same, right? Just because the roll number is repeating doesn't mean your name will change. Your name will also be the same. So think of it like that. Okay. All right. Let's come back to this. So I'm trying to get the type and I'm trying to get the quantity into price and marking it as total. From customer C, join purchase P on CID is equal to customer ID. Okay. Join product PD on product ID is equal to PD ID. Okay. So it's a straightforward join, inner join, where C dot gender is M. So what I'm doing is I'm getting only the M over here, right? So I'm going to get A, B, C, G, H. So first of all, I've got out here that A, B, C, G, H is there. And it says group by C dot type. So when I'm saying group by type, how many types do I have in A, B, C, G, H? A, B, C, G, H, I have two types, regular and privileged. I have two types. So I'm going to get two groups. I'm going to get a regular group and a privileged group. Okay. Provided A, B, C, and G, H at least join with my table. So if I can see here, A definitely joins, B definitely joins, C definitely joins, G does not, and H does not, right? So I don't have G and H joining. I only have A, B, C joining. And in that A, B, C, I have row one. I have this 1, 2, 3. So 1, 1, 2, 3. I have 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, these are the only ones I have. 1, 1, 2, 3. I don't, even though, because it's C dot gender is M, even though I have that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 is there in the purchase table, but 4 unfortunately is not M, it's F. So it does not join. It's filtered out. Same thing with 5, same thing with 6. Then I'm left with only 7, 8, but 7, 8 are not there in the customer ID table. 7, 8 is not there, or rather they are not there in the product purchase table. So I don't get that. So I get only 1, 1, 2, 3. I get 4 rows selected. Of those 4 rows selected, I want to group by type. So how much is 1 buying and how much is 2 buying and how much is 3 buying? We have to kind of figure that out. And we're grouping by type. So the grouping is privileged and regular. These are the only two ones, privileged and regular. And if we see the order by, we are seeing order by 2. Okay. So in that case, order by 2 would be in ascending order. So I guess it's B. So you don't even need to actually calculate, but order by 2 means by the second column. If it's by the second column, we're trying to order by ascending order. It's either this or this, right? So which one has the second row in ascending order? 500, 15, 50. This is the one in ascending order. This one has it in descending order. So even though I didn't calculate 500 and 15, 50, I know that this is the correct one. Method of elimination. Okay. Does that make sense? All right. Got it. Go step by step. First, try to join. When I try to join, I should automatically figure out that it can only go for 1, 4, 6, 2, and 3. That's it. Those are the only IDs that can go. For product also, product I have prod 1, prod 2, prod 3. Prod 4 is not there. So product 4 is never coming in, never joining in. Okay. Gender is M. So remove all of these customers who are not M, right? Who are F, right? Somebody's asking, explain order by 2. See, order by 2, all it's doing is taking the sec of this answer. So you have C dot type and you have some this, right? So this is the second column. Order by 2 means do ascending order on the second column. So that's what order by 2 is doing. Order by 2 is doing, go to the second column and do an ascending order of that. So in our case, the ascending order was 505, 15, 50. All right. Shall we go to the next one? Let's do that. Okay. Again, the same set of tables. Same tables. Current same table. Select distinct C dot name from customer C. Full outer join purchase P. Full outer join purchase P is nothing but the actual outer join only. C dot ID is equal to P dot customer ID, where P dot date is like this and C dot type is privileged. Okay. Order by C dot name. Okay. Interesting. Okay. First of all, select distinct c.name. So c.name, they're anyways all distinct, right? Anyways, they're kind of distinct, right? How many rows does this query return is what we're saying, right? So we are saying that, okay, they have to be all distinct from customer C. Outer join purchase P. So what does outer join do? Outer join is basically going to take all the rows from each of them. It's going to take this entire customer ID, like it's going to take this 146,123. On top of that, it's going to add all of the remaining ones as well, right? It's going to take everything from both the tables. It will take all, so where all it could join one, it will join one. Where all it could join two, it will join two. So 1 will get joined, 2 will get joined, 3 will get joined, 4 will get joined, 6 will get joined, 5, 7, and 8 cannot get joined. So 5, 7, and 8 will be additional. 5, 7, and 8 will be additional rows over here. All of them having null value for everything else. Product ID, quantity, date, all of it will be null value. Okay. Now, automatically, what that does is when I do a filtering, I'm saying date has to be like something 18. So when I do a filtering, automatically those extra ones are not going to get counted because they'll have null as the table. There are 2 ones in the purchase table. How does that come? So one, when you get like customer name over here, for one, the customer name will be A. For this one also, the customer name will be A. It will get the details again. It will repeat the rows. It's not a problem. Okay. So what it's going to do here is I want to get -18. So customer, the date has to be like -18. That already narrows it down to this one, and this one. Now customer type we are saying is privileged. So among customer 4, so that's customer ID 4, customer ID 2, and customer ID 3, 4, 2, and 3, which one is privileged? Let's go and check. So customer ID 4 is regular, 2 is privileged, 3 is regular. So only 2 will get selected. Only 2 is the one that's going to get selected. Again, we want the date to be like in 2018. What do I get here? I get customer ID 4, customer ID 2, and customer ID 3. What is full outer join? It's nothing but outer join only. The same thing as outer join. Now, 4, 2, and 3. Of these, which is privileged? So I go ahead and check which are privileged. 4, nope. 2 is, 3, no. So I should be left with only one name. I will be left with only one row, basically. So the answer is one row. I'm only going to get one row. Even you did outer join and so on, because you filtered out all the other dates, it becomes 1. Okay. Are you guys getting this? We will be left with only B. No, we'll not be left with B only. We will still get, yeah, we'll actually get, because it's selecting only distinct C.name, the output will just be B. That's it. Nothing else. The output itself will be B. Even though as per the join, I have everything. I have the customer name here, customer type here also. So if I did select star, I would get customer ID, product ID, quantity, date, customer name, and customer type, and customer gender. I will get that because those are joined with this table. If I did select star, but I'm doing select distinct C.name means that I will left with only B. So order by C.name doesn't make sense in this query because only one row gets selected. Yeah, only one row is already sorted. Somebody saying, how is outer join? Combining rows from 2 tables, is duplicate values also shown twice in full outer join? Yes, duplicate values are shown twice in full outer join. And what exactly is outer join? I think we discussed this. When was this? I think somewhere last week. You guys can check out the tutorials for that. We've already discussed this. How many rows would it be if you remove distinct? If you remove distinct also, it will just be one row because 2 only comes once. So even if you remove distinct, it will be one row because 2 shows up only once over here. But good question that you asked. Very good question that you asked. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Okay. Again, roughly the same data set. Data is the same. Select c.name. Now c.name is only a name. Okay. From customer C, I should just take from customer C, left join purchase P. Okay. What does left join do, everybody? Can you all tell me what does left join do? Do you remember what does left join do? Very good. The whole customer table will be there for sure. The whole customer table will be there for sure. Whichever it can match, it will match. For that which it cannot match, it will match as null. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of them will definitely be there. That is, this entire table will definitely be there. Okay. What all can I match from the purchase? I think left join purchase P on customer ID is P.customer ID. So what I'm going to get, 1 from there is going to match 1 from here. 4 from there will match 4. 6 from there will match 4. 6. 1 will again match. 2 will again match. 3 will again match. Which will not match? As we've seen earlier, 5, 7, and 8 are not going to match. 5, 7, and 8 are not going to match over here. Now somebody is asking what will be the output of the following query. Okay. So this is 6 rows over here already. Okay. We are going to get the 6 rows here already, which are going to match. And then 5, 7, and 8 did not match. So there will have additional rows for 5, 7, 8, where the customer ID will be 5, 7, and 8. Product ID will be null. Quantity will be null. Date will be null. Name will be whatever their name was, and type will be whatever their type is in the, and gender will be whatever their gender is in the original table. But for 5, 7, and 8, everything else that is not in the original table is going to be null. Okay. Now, what we're saying is where p.id is null. For whom is the p.id null? Which I just said this. So for whom is the p.id null? Very good. For 5, 7, and 8. What are 5, 7, and 8? 5, 7, and 8 is nothing but E, G, and H. Okay. And what is the order by? Order by name. So it has to be E, G, and H. That is this answer. It won't be E, H, G because that's not sorted. It's going to be E, G, and H over here. Okay. Clear, everyone? All right. Let's go to the next one. Okay. So these are Python MCQs for a bit. We'll just skip them for now. This is on the agenda tomorrow, everybody. So I'm going to cover that anyways. Let's look at some more SQL over here. This is a different table, different set of table. This is, what is this? This is movies and ratings. Movies and ratings. Okay. Which of the given queries on the movies and ratings table given below will find out the average rating of movies made by the director John Lasseter? I didn't even know he made Toy Story. Very nice. Okay. Interestingly, any good animated movies that have come out? Do you guys know any recommendations for a good animated movie? Recently, I've not watched an animated movie in a long time. Soul, it's must watch. Okay. Frozen, my age limit is little bit above Frozen, I think. That's it. I mean, if you guys suggest, I'll watch it, but little bit I think I'm ahead above Frozen. So Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Wow. Okay. You can watch Marvel. Oh, What If series. Okay. All right. That's actually, yeah, I can also watch that. I know anime is separate. I love anime. Anime is good. I was looking more for like animated series. You know, like the last one I saw was Cars. So Cars was really good. That's the last one I think I remember I saw, which I really enjoyed. After that, I didn't really watch. And so now I know Cars 2 and Cars 3 has also come out. So I didn't get a chance to watch that. Flea, they're saying, okay. I'll probably take this. Luca. Yeah, I heard good things about Luca. And there's another one, right? I think Coco or something. That's good. Adventures of Tintin. Ah, nice. Okay. Cool. So, all right. Do let me know. And here, actually, you know what? This could be a good thing. Let me know in the comment section on the YouTube channel also about some good movies that I've not seen. Right? That would be good. I've not seen animated in some time. I would love to see. Yeah. Somebody saying, I love anime. Nice. So let me just rephrase. I love it, but I don't get that much time to watch it. So what is the last one I've seen recently? Yeah, it's been some time I've seen. Okay. All right, cool. Let's go back to our questions. Okay. Somebody saying, can we switch between questions? Yes, you can switch between questions in the InfyTQ. You can. Okay. All right, let's come back to movies and ratings. I got distracted. Please, people, don't get distracted in the InfyTQ test. I got distracted because continuously, I think since the last 1 or 2 weeks, we've been doing this. So I just took a small break, 5 minutes. Okay, anyways, let's come back. Which of the given queries on the movies and ratings table given below will find out the average rating of movies made by the director, John Lasseter? So we need to find out the average rating of the movies made by John Lasseter. Okay. I have the movies, but in the movies table, I don't have the ratings. In the ratings table, I have the ratings. Okay. What I need to do is I need to find out, I need to basically join this table with this table, right? Based on movie ID. So first things first is they're going to be joined based on movie IDs. And I will filter out where the director is John Lasseter. So that's the first thing I'm going to do, right? So join based on movies ID is equal to ratings movie ID. Cool, that's correct. And yeah, I have to select average of rating. I have to select the average of rating. That's correct. What's the difference then between all the options? Select average of rating from movies. Join ratings on movies.id is ratings.movie ID. This join is also correct. Director is John Lasseter, also correct. Group by director also makes sense, right? Because you want to group by the director. Otherwise, it will take average of all the movies, right? Okay. Select average of rating from movies. Group by director where. This is wrong because you cannot have where clause after the group clause. You remember, group by can only happen if after group by you can only have having. You cannot have the where clause. Okay. So cannot have this. Select average of rating from movies. Join rating on movies.id is equal to rating.movie ID, where director is John Lasseter. Here we are not doing the group by. So if you remember when we were doing our group by sessions, you remember if I don't do the group by, it's just taking the average of the entire thing, right? So yeah, that's the reason we are not taking this one, because we need to group by. It needs to be a group of John Lasseter. And this is wrong because group by cannot come before the join. Group by cannot come before the join itself. So it's also wrong. So we're process of elimination, we're left with only first one. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Let's go back. So let's go to the next one. That's this one. Does group by come last? The only thing that you'll have after group by is having and order by. Okay. Okay. So somebody's saying, since we already gave equal to, why do we still have to give group by? You still, yeah. So group by, we still have to give group by because otherwise it's going to take average of the entire column. You do average of rating, it will take average of the entire column. When we do group by, it will create averages in groups. That's the difference. Okay, cool. Can group by come after where? Yes, group by can come after where. So you have to follow it like select statement from where, group by, having, order by. Yeah, that's it. So let me just actually write that down. And all of, yeah, so let's just write down. So it's select, then it's a columns. These are the columns, right? From tables, joins, then you'll have your joins, right? Join, again, bunch of tables, right? On whatever you want to join them on. Where, conditions, then from where, then you'll have group by, again, condition, group by will be like columns, right? Then you'll have having, conditions, order by columns. Okay. And yeah, limit you can have after this. If at all you want to do limit number, that's it. So if, what limit will do is it just limit to the first few. If you do limit one, only the first row will come. Limit two means only two, right? So that's the thing. Okay, do note this down, everybody. This is super important, especially when coming across like syntax errors and so on. So this is quite important. Okay, so coming back here, let's go to the 12th question. So the 12th one, which of the given queries on the movies and rating table given below will produce the following output? Toy Story 8. Okay, so we want this output now. Yeah, so somebody's saying, what about on? So that is here. The joining on will be here. On is part. So on is part of the join syntax. Oh, by the way, yeah, you all remember, you all were continuously behind me about can we have join as okay, like can we do join where instead of join on? The only place where you can do join where is inner joins. The only place where you can do join where is inner joins. Every other join you cannot do join where. So you can only do join where on inner joins. That's what you can do, and that also it's not recommended to do. It's ideally you should do join on and then where should come. So that's one edge case. I'll try to show an example of that if we can get. Okay, cool. Anyway, so which of these following queries on the movies and ratings table given below will produce the following output? So we have the movies and the ratings table, right? So we have these movies and these ratings, and we are somehow to combine them to get this kind of a rating. For each one of them, we have to get like a rating. And if like for something like Finding Nemo, the rating is null over here, right? Because we presumably we are not able to find the rating. Okay, so we have, what are all the movies here? Toy Story, Bugs Life. So I have Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc., and Finding Nemo. So these are all the movies that I have here. I don't have the ratings, so I have to join with the ratings table. How do I join? I join on the movie ID. Okay, so far so good. But I want Finding Nemo to be included. I want Finding Nemo to be included. If I do just join on movie ID, I will get, if I did just inner join, what will I get? I will get Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, and Monsters Inc. because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 movie ID over here. I don't have the Finding Nemo movie ID. So inner join cannot work. This is wrong. Okay, inner join is not going to work. What about full outer join? Full outer join can work because all of these rows will be there and all of these rows will also be there. One will join with one, two will join with one, three will join with three. Sorry, one with one, two with two, three with three, four with four, and five is left remaining. So outer join can work, but it's saying that the rating has to be greater than 8.0. Here 7.1, 7.9 is there. So 7.1, 7.9 is there. So I can't do this. That will be wrong. Okay. Then what else is there? What I'm saying is I have to do a left join here, right? So I'm left with right join and left join. If I have to choose between them, what will it be? It'll be Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc. Yeah. So for sure, left join is for there for sure. Movies ID dot ratings dot movie ID. Left join is there for sure. What about right join? Will right join help in any way? What am I doing in right join? I'm taking all of these for sure and then trying to match them. So right join, yeah, only the rating table will come for sure. Yeah. Oh, no. Very quick. This is a tricky question. Select title or rating from ratings. Right join movies. So this is also correct. See that, guys. Be very careful. Here we are doing from movies left join ratings. So movies entire table will come here. And here we are doing right join movies means the right join movies the entire table will also come. They're kind of the same thing only. They're the same query. That's why A and B both are coming. Are you understanding the tricky part over here? Yeah. So don't just disclose on that. Be very careful on looking at the table name also. Even I got caught in that, right? So can there be more than one answer? Yes, there can be more than one answers. Please read the instructions carefully of InfyTQ. Sometimes there can be more than one answer. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Which queries on the movies and ratings table given below will produce the following output? Can you explain once again? Sure. Let me just go back. See, what will this? What am I doing here? I'm taking here from movies, left join ratings. So what am I trying to do? From movies, left join rating means that I'll use the entire movies table. Sorry, this one. I'll use the entire movies table, and I will do a left join on rating. Means that I will use the entire movie table, and whatever rating I could match, I'll match. Whatever I cannot match, I'll put a null. So that works well for this one, right? Because Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2, Monsters Inc. I could match. Finding Nemo, I cannot match. Yeah. So it's a null value there. Now, why the right join also works? Because it says select title, comma rating from ratings. So I'm saying you select all of this from ratings and right join this with movies. What do I mean right join? Means that movies is on the right side now, and I want the entire movies table. So right join means the right side, and I want to take the entire movies table. So if I want to take the entire movies table, means that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will come anyways. Whatever I could join, I will join. So 1, 2, 3, 4 I can join. Whatever I cannot, I will mark as null. Okay, so that's why I got this. Let's go to the next one. Which queries on the movies and rating table given below will produce the following output? So in this case, I'm getting title, rating, and director. I can feel it's a inner join because we don't have any nulls. So it should be inner join only. Yeah. So, but Toy Story, Bugs Life, Toy Story 2 is John Lasseter. Okay, very good. Monsters Inc. is Pete Doctor. Okay. Finding Nemo, Andrew Stanton, but 5 is not there here. So it should ideally be. So what we'll do is select title, rating, director from movies. Title, rating, and director from movies. Full outer join ratings. Now, full outer join will again include Finding Nemo. Full outer join will again include Finding Nemo. So I don't want this. Right join ratings. From movies, right join ratings. That will work because I want the entire ratings table. So that will work. So select title, rating, director from movies, right join ratings. That's fine because the ratings does not have 5. So we will not include 5. That's fine. Select title, rating, director from movies, join rating. Again, inner join is also fine. So this join by default join is anyways inner join. So this join is also fine. And if you specifically say inner join, that's also fine. So all 3 of these will be fine. Okay, InfyTQ total marks how much? InfyTQ is the cutoff is 65%. From what we know, 60% is for the coding questions and 40% is for the remaining part. Yeah, that's how it is. So, and there'll be 10 questions of SQL or either DBMS and 10 questions of 10 questions of your Python or Java MCQ, whichever you have taken. Is there negative marking? I don't think so. They've not mentioned that. They've not mentioned that. So we're not sure. Do check the instructions, especially the link instruction that you'll get. Do check that. Can we take 1 hour for 20 MCQs and 2 hours for coding? As per their mock test, you can take as much time as you want in either of the sections as per their mock tests. Rather, as per the thing on the platform, basically. But yes, once you're done with one, you can't switch between them because what you'll do is you'll just input all of the Python question into the Python compiler and then you'll get the answer, right? So yeah. Anyway, so I hope this B, C, D are correct. Let's go on to the next one. All right. I mean, I hope you got it. I don't mean to say I hope they're correct. They are correct, but I'm saying I hope you understood it, right? All right, let's go to the next one. What is the output of the following query for the two tables given below? I'm going to select title and rating. I want movies from movies, right join ratings. So again, I want to right join ratings. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and right join the ratings. That's what I want to do. Movies ID is rating. So I think it'll be the same as the one we just got previously. Title and rating. I only want title and rating though. So this is wrong. It could be this, this, or this, and we want to do right join. So right join means I will say all the ratings has to be there. So this will be wrong, and this is wrong because finding Nemo null cannot come. Right? So this is the case. All right, cool. Let's go to the next one. All right. Select title comma rating from movies. Only title and rating should be there, right? Yeah, that's the case. Title and rating. Why? Because we did select title comma rating. That's why. Okay, let's go here. What is the output of the following query for the two tables given below? Select title comma rating from movies. Join ratings. Movies.id is okay. This is an inner join. This is a normal inner join. Title and rating should be there. And yeah, this is the question. You'll not have any null. You'll not have any null. And why don't we have this? Because I didn't ask for the director. I only asked for title and rating. Okay. Looks like the easy questions are at the end and the difficult ones are at the start for the data set. Okay. We've this one is fine. This one this is all Python stuff. Okay, let's look at this one. Title rating from movies, left join ratings. Left join rating means the entire left table will come. So this one should come. Title rating. This one should come, right? Yeah. Again, fairly straightforward. If you understood the previous ones, this is straightforward. And yeah, so this is the case. So we've attempted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1 second, no, sorry. 4 plus 5, 9 plus 2, 11. We attempted, not 11, we attempted 10 of the DBMS. I think the first one, we would have got 9 because the first one, the answer given here is wrong. I will make sure that we update it. Okay. Total amount they have spent. Yeah. So this is wrong because yeah, this one is wrong. As we discussed, it's wrong. It should be this one. Yeah, but otherwise all the answers were correct. So cool. All right. Shall we proceed with the coding questions, everybody? Shall we proceed with coding questions? Which coding questions did you get in your assessment today? Let's pick those. We have time for one coding question properly for sure. So do give me a difficult one. Let's solve a difficult one which you got today. Summations calculator. Okay. Let's try to see. Parenthesis one. All right. Okay. Parenthesis, I think we've already discussed earlier. Parenthesis we have discussed in terms of the logic. I'll try to get by the code. You guys might be facing error. But yeah. Okay. One hidden test case, some of you guys are facing issue. All right, good. All right, let's look at coding questions. We'll do it in both Java and Python. So summations calculator is what you guys asked, right? Okay, index printing is not coming. I'll help you with that also. Let's start with this one, summations calculator, and then let's see what we can do, right? Okay, cool. So write a program that takes 4 inputs: a lower bound, an upper bound, an operator, and an operand. Calculate the sum of that range based on the given operator and operator and output the result as shown in the sample test cases. For example, if I do start from 2, the way to read it is start from 2, go to 4, to multiplication into 2. Okay, so for each number from 2 to 4, I am going to multiply and take the sum. So for each, so there are how many numbers between 2 to 4? 2, 3, and 4 are there. Take 2, multiply with 2. Take 3, multiply with 2. Take 4 and multiply with 2. Right? And take the sum of that entire thing. So 2 into 2, 4, plus 3 into 2, 6, plus, so 4 plus 6, 10, and 4 into 2, 8. Right? So 10 plus 8, 18. Okay. 1, 5 modulo 2. So I got 1 modulo 2 plus 2 modulo 2 plus 3 modulo 2 all the way up to 5 modulo 2. Okay. Single line consists of 4 spaced. So what's the input format? 4 space separated inputs representing lower bound, upper bound, and operand respectively. Okay. I mean, okay, do this with me. It looks simple enough, but I guess there's some hidden test case or whatever. But let's do it. Okay, so tell me the answer for this one. What it's saying is I want to start at a particular point. Let's say I want to start at 2, or let's say I want to start at 3, go up till 9, and let's say I do this. What would be the answer? Or let's just do this actually. What do you think will be the answer? If the input is this, what's the answer? Yeah, it's 3 into 1 plus 4 into 1. Basically, we generate all the numbers from 3 to 9, right? And for each one of them, we keep multiplying by 1. Why into 1? Into is because it's given into, 1 because it's given 1. Okay, so plus 5 into 1 plus 6 into 1 plus 7 into 1 plus 8 into 1 plus 9 into 1, which is equal to what? $42. Okay, if you guys say so. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 5, 12, 18, 25, 33, 42. Yep, you guys are correct. Please show the question once again. Sure. I mean, you have this question, right? You can just open it up also. This is the question. It will be given to you. Yeah, the question is basically input. They'll give you 4 things: starting part, ending number, starting number, ending number, operand, and another operator. So you have to start from 2, go up till the end. Not start from 2, start from the first number and go till the end number. For each number in the way, do with that operand. So you're either multiplying by 2, dividing by 2, whatever is the case. But for each number, you do that, and the result keeps getting added to the sum. Okay. So, I mean, the straightforward thing to me looks like if I just take overall is equal to input dot split, because it's separated by space, right? That's what it says. For space separated integer. So I'm doing it in Python first, then we'll come to Java. So I'll just split it, and by default anyways, it's going to split by space. And if I just show you the print overall, what's the name of this question? Summations calculator. So I get 2, 4 asterisk and 2 again. What I need to do is I need to take the start one. So the start point is int overall 0. It's the first element. The end is int of overall of 1. The operator is equal to just overall 2. And sorry, this is not operator, this is operand. Operand is equal to that. And operator is equal to overall of 3. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to do for I in range. For I in range, can we also do by taking direct string? You can, but if you get double digit numbers, then that's a problem. That's the only thing. So double digits might just make issues, but with splitting by space, it'll just become easier. Operator is 3. Yeah, overall operator is 3. Yeah. All right. You have to do int of that. Very good. Thank you so much. I don't know why that opened, but yeah, it's an int of. Okay. So for I in range, start to end +1, because in Python it will not actually end at end. So go end +1. What am I going to do? I am going to say and we'll keep an answer also. Answer is equal to 0. Now answer is equal to answer plus start operator, sorry, operand and operator, right? So not start, sorry, I. So if I is, so let's say going from 2 to 4, what I want to do is, this is not the correct syntax, but what we want to do is 2 into 2, then 3 into 2, then 4 into 2, right? So on. So we need the operand and we need the operator. So what are all the possible operands? If we can say if operand equal to plus, then I can say I plus operator, right? This is what I want to do. If operand equal to minus, so then what I want to do is minus. If operand equal to multiplication, then I want to multiplication. If operand equal to division, now this is the interesting part. Should I do I divide by operator or I integer divide? I think we'll do I integer divide because that's what it means over there also, right? So that's the case. And there's modulo also. So we'll take modulo. And yeah, we keep adding this to answer. And then finally I should do print answer, right? So, okay, I should not be printing overall. Why am I printing overall? Should not be doing that. If I run this, it works here. Okay, so it works out. Anybody facing any edge case here? I didn't understand. I'll do it in Java also, but Python students, anything you guys were not understanding fully? In Java, I did not come. Okay, cool. I'll look into the Java part. Java, I think I know I didn't come, by the way. I have an idea. Tell once more. Okay. So the input, all the question was saying was start from a particular number, go till the end. So we first took the input and split it by the space. Okay, we split it by the space. So you would have got an input something like this. At this point, your input is 2, let's say 4, multiply, and then 2, let's say. This is your input at this point. Then what you do is you, from at the start point, you go till the end point. I did a bunch of cleaning over here, converted it to the right data type and so on. Then what I'm doing is going from start to the end point. I did n plus 1 because in Python, it goes only till less than. There's no less than equal to. So then I do if operand is equal to plus, that means basically this one. If it was plus, then at each number, I have to do a plus with that particular operator, right? And then add it to the answer. If it was minus, I have to do the minus. If I have to multiply, I have to do multiply. If I have to divide, I have to divide. If it's modulo, I do modulo. Okay. What if starting value is 0 and by doing division by this, we can get error? So we're never dividing by the starting value. We are dividing by the operator that's given. Somebody saying I have taken direct string, but it's not passing the inner test cases. So the reason why you might have not got that is in the split, you know what happens is it's split as per the spaces. What does overall do in Python? Overall is basically just string input. It's just the name of the input. That's all. I just took the overall as the input name. That's all. Okay. Why? So some of you might be thinking, sir, if I know that the space is the string is going to be 2, 4, asterisk 2, can I just say, see, this is index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can I just go ahead and say that start is equal to, let's say, overall 0, then end is equal to overall 2 because it's at index 2. Can I go ahead and say that? Right? I can say that right now, but my problem comes when, let's say I give you the number, let's say go from 21 to 42, right? And multiply with 359. Let's say I said that, right? Now suddenly all of the indexes are haywire, right? I don't understand which index is where. That's why splitting is better, right? And that's why you should not assume. They have not anywhere said it's single digit integers. They have not said that. Okay. All right. Somebody is asking, sir, operator in place of operand. Why would you say operator in place of operand? Where would you say? Like it's correct only, right? Am I making a mistake somewhere? I mean, clearly I'm not because it passed the test cases. But okay. Somebody's saying, what if operator itself is 0? Possible. They have not mentioned anything in the question, so we don't do anything by it. But there's always there. Think about it. It could be if it's 0, then what do? They'll tell you what if operator is 0, they'll tell you what to do. The fact that they've not told us means we don't have to do anything. What is the difference between floor division and normal division? The same, integer division and normal division. That's what the major division difference. Like 5 divided by 2 is equal, 5 floor division is equal to 2, but 5 normal division, as you are saying, is 2.5. So it gives you the full precision. That's the difference. Can we use switch case? There is no switch case in Python. That's why I didn't use. In Java, you can absolutely use it. Okay. All right. Let's do the Java version. So normally in Java, 5 divided by 2 is 2 only. Yes. So don't get confused here. Python students, Python dekho. Java students, Java dekho. Don't go into this and that division is this, that is there, because I'll tell you now what's going to happen. I know exactly why the problem is coming in Java. Python students, please don't look at that. Right. So I have a feeling why it's not coming in Java. Let me just show that to you. But Python students, please don't then be confused by that one. Okay. Operand should be of which type? Operand should be of string type, because you cannot convert modulo into integer anyways, right? Sorry, operand you're talking about, my bad. Operand should be integer type only, right? Because you're doing arithmetic, so it has to be integer. Operator has to be I'm sorry, I'm completely confused. Let me just come back again. Okay, now I get what you were saying. Okay. Oh, this is what you are saying. All right. They should be different. Is it? Have I made a mistake here? Operator should be this one, right? Operator should be this one. And yeah, operand should be this. Okay, this is what you're telling me earlier. Then how did I even pass the test cases? Nope. Oh, because this should be operand. Okay. All right. So I somehow managed to pass it because I misspelled everything. Thank you so much for telling me. Sorry, I had not understood your doubt. Apologies for that. Okay. This is the operator, guys. This is the operator. Operator. Basically, plus, minus, everything is operator. Operand is that which you apply the operator on. So my bad. Although I got the output, I had it called Ram, Sham, and Sham as Ram. So at the end, it worked out. But because at the place of Ram, Sham sat, and this place of Sham, Ram sat, it worked out. But still, that's not the correct way to do it. Okay. Operator is this one. Operator is this one. Operand is this one. And operand should be integer. You're right. Operand should be converted to integer. Operator should remain as string. So I add every time with an operand. The operator, if it's plus, I keep adding. If the operator is minus, I keep subtracting. If the operator is multiplication, I keep multiplying, and so on. So the answer will be the same, right? Because I just swapped the two numbers, but yeah. Right. Is that clear now? Shall we move on to the Java part, everybody? Shall we go to the Java implementation? Okay. Cool. Public class main public static. How fast can you all type this, everybody? This starting part of Java. By now it should be like by heart, but to all of you. What's your general speed of writing this? Like how quickly are you guys able to write this one? Somebody's again asking what if operator is 0. If operator is 0, can't really do anything, or what operand is 0, let's say, can't really do anything. They have not mentioned what to do. That's why. So I'm saying copy paste. Okay, copy paste is fine. 45 words per minute. Somebody saying 30 seconds. Yeah, get a little bit faster than that. 45 words per minute is okay. Try to get to 60. 60, 65 is good. It'll improve your productivity. Scan is equal to new scanner. Does not count the time, sir, but it seems like it's an involuntary action now. That's where you should be. If you get to that one, then you're good. How many of you would like to play a typing racer with me, by the way? Anybody would like to play type racer? Should I organize a separate time? Yeah, you guys would love to play some type racer? You're in? Okay, cool. So probably after InfyTQ, we'll organize some time. We'll play some type racer. You guys will get the link. We'll try to organize something. Okay. All right, let's get back to this. So scanner scan is equal to new scanner system.in. So what am I doing here? I'm basically just trying to take input. I'll again take the same thing. String overall is equal to scan.next. This takes the entire thing. Not scan.next rather, it'll be scan.next line, because I want the entire line. I just don't want the next element. Then I will say string, let's say array. What should I call it? I'll just say, let's say equation is equal to overall dot split. Now to split it by this. You don't even need to do this extra thing. You can further do dot split here itself. Let's do that, right? So this will be a string. Scan dot next line will be a string. That itself I am splitting by space. So this becomes an array. String overall becomes an array over here. So instead of writing 2 lines, I just thought, by now you guys would have got the idea, the hang of it, right? So string, let's say, and let's go even further. We'll just say, let's say int op1, or let's say start is equal to overall of 0 dot. So this has to be converted to an integer. So integer dot parse int. My bad. Don't know why that came up. Anyways, parse int this, and int end should be equal to this. No, not this, overall 1. So this is all integer taking part, everybody. If you guys have any doubts, it's all integer taking part. Nothing too difficult. Int, string operator is, now I've done it correctly, I think, overall 2, and int operand is equal to overall, so the same thing, but overall 3. Okay, cool. Now what do? I do for int I equal to start, I less than equal to end. Can we scan each element one by one? You can do that also, actually. Yeah, I don't even know why. This is a very good point. Yeah, Java students, there's the problem of switching from one language to the other. It's actually better you do the other way, which is string, let's say, or rather int start is equal to scan.next int, right? Start is equal to scan.next int, int end is equal to scan.next int. Yeah, you're actually correct. You don't need to do it like, because in Java it does not matter. You can, the same line, it's in Python, the reason we did that is it always takes entire line as an input. That was the problem. String operator is equal to scan.next, right? And int operand is equal to scan.next int. This also works, and this works well. Thank you for doing this. Is the much simpler version. Thank you for suggesting that instead of all this nonsense over here. Somebody's saying we aren't mentioning the string size over here. Yeah, we are not. Always that string size was, sorry, the array size was getting from here. So we are not mentioning that. You don't mention because you don't know how many split will come, right? Somebody's saying operator type, can we make it char? Yeah, you can make it char also. That's also fine. I'll go with string. I just prefer string. For I string int I is equal to start, I less than equal to end, I plus plus. Okay. What will I do after this? What I'm going to say is, I need to figure out what I also have to take an int answer over here. And what am I going to do? I'm going to say switch. I can do switch case here. So I can actually do switch operator, right? Case, let's say plus something and then break, right? So there'll be something over here plus a break. And what will I do? I will say answer is equal to answer plus I plus operator, operand, right? Yeah. And this, correct. Okay, got it. So that's a plus. Then in this case, you'll have minus. So this will be this minus. Then you have division. So it's going to be I divided by operand. Then, sorry, divided by operand. Then multiplication. So you'll have this multiplied. What else am I missing? Modulo. Modulo. Right? Cool. And then finally, after all of this, we should print this answer. So if I run this, works out for this case. And as many of you are saying, the submit was not working when you did this, right? So now I'll tell you why the submit could probably not be working. Okay. But so far, is the Java implementation clear till here? I have a hunch why it's not working. Let me try that out. And for Java, you should always try this out. I'll tell you what it is. Don't worry. But till now, is it clear? Java, is it clear so far over here? Okay. I think the reason it's not coming is because of this modulo. So do remember that for negative numbers, the modulo is in Java. For the negative numbers, the modulo is negative only, whereas in Python it's positive. And generally, mathematically, you can do both, but you prefer the positive modulo. If you didn't understand, I'll explain this. But let me first try it out. Probably, I think this is the hunch. Let's say int, let's say current is equal to I modulo operand. And all I'm saying is, if this modulo, if this current is less than 0, then what I'm going to do is I'll say that current is equal to current plus operand. So now it will be a number still less than operand, but no longer a negative number. And then I'll just do current over here. If the current was not less than 0, this will not even execute. So for the run, it still works. For the submit, okay, that was not the case. So that was not the case for submit. Okay, so if that was not the case, then what else could have been the case? So use math.floor division 1, operand. Okay, floor division, is that the reason? That is integer division. Okay, let us say I into somewhere. Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah. It's not be current plus operand. Sorry. It should be answer plus current. No, that's correct only. I current is equal to, 1 second. Let me just check. It current is I modulo operand. I have a feeling it's because of this. Current less than 0. Then current is equal to current plus operand. Answer is equal to answer plus current. Then break. If answer is an answer into is equal to -1, no, that you cannot do. That you cannot do. Okay, I thought it's because of this. Now you guys are saying it could be because of the floor. Okay, floor does not make sense that it would be because of the floor. In modulo, in division case, floor division function should be used. Okay, interesting, but why? Like, what's the difference between floor division and that? And it's not even mentioned. Is it mentioned? It passed all test cases. That's good. Interesting. Okay, so you guys are saying that I should just do. Sorry. So it's not there. Okay, but anyways, just to let you know that this is a possible edge case, and I'll explain this one to you regardless. Okay, so right. So it is a possible edge case, to make sure of that. All right. So I guess then, for whatever reason, we are doing floor division of the I with operand, right? And we are also doing so apparently that was the reason. But what's the difference between floor division and that? Could it be that negative numbers are harming even there? Yeah. So, all right. But again, it does not make sense, because when I did floor division, what's the difference between floor division and this? I'll come back to you guys on this. I really don't understand why that could be the case. Do not know why this would be the case over here. Yeah, I'm also kind of stumped here, but I'll have a look into it. But this is super interesting. Do note it down. I mean, even I didn't know. I mean, if you guys figured out, that's great. But even I didn't know that this was the case. All right, cool. I'll get back to you guys definitely on this part for sure. My floor division didn't happen. Let me write it down. Floor division. We'll give value in decimal. Okay. All right. Possible. Okay. Explain the modulo part. Okay. So the reason, let me tell you about the modulo part. It's as simple. So if I did something like this, int, let's say int x is equal to 12. Let's just say 12. And I'm just explaining the modulo part, not to do with the floor division, but generally talking about the modulo part. It's a good edge case that all of you should know. If I did something like system.out.println, or rather, let's say int z is equal to x modulo 13, let's say, or x modulo 17. Let's say I said this, and I did system.out.println z. So again, I'm just deviating from the question, but giving an important thing. What would this be, everybody? What would be the answer over here for z? (12 modulo 17). Somebody saying 5. Somebody saying 0. Come on, guys. Basic maths question. 12 divided by 17. What will be the? Yeah, 12 divided by 17. Answer is going to be 12. In terms of remainder, when I run it, you will get 12. Okay, you are going to get 12. But if I do minus 12 modulo 17, what will I get? Minus 12 modulo 17, what do I get? So this is the thing. Java will actually return to you minus 12. Java will return to you minus 12. Now, what is a negative remainder? Right. So this is just, how can you have a negative remainder? Technically, you can have a negative remainder. Let's do a little bit of maths. Okay. Let's do a little bit of maths. Let's say I'm talking about modulo. Let's do a simple maths over here. Let's take 5 only. Okay. So if I did, let's say 1 modulo 5. Okay. What I'm trying to say is, when 5 gets divided by 1, or rather, what happens when 1? So when 1 is divided by 5, what is the remainder it gives, right? So what I'm saying is, when I do 1 modulo 5, what it's basically saying is 5 is equal to 0 into 5 plus 1, right? This is what it's coming to. 1 second. Sorry, 0 into 1 plus 1. This is what I'm trying to say. Okay. When I do 2 modulo 5, what do I get to see? I can again say 2 modulo 5 is the answer is this, by the way. This is the answer. And here also 2 modulo 5, I say 5 is equal to 0 My screen got stuck. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. Just coming back here. 1 modulo 5 is 5 is equal to 0 into 1 plus 1. This is the answer here. 2 modulo 5 is again 0 into 2 plus 2 as the answer, and so on, right? 3 modulo 5, what I could say is 0 into 3 plus 3, right? And if I repeat the same thing, 4 modulo 5, 0 into 4 plus 4, 5 modulo 5. What will 5 modulo 5 be? 5 modulo 5 will again be. Am I doing something wrong here? One second. I'm just blanking out a bit. 1 second. Yeah. 5 modulo 5 is 0. That's sure. But that is 1 into 5. That's quotient plus divisor into plus 0. Yeah, that's fine. Hold on. I just wanted to make sure that we have this correct. Let's say 5 is equal to 3 into 0 into 3. 3 when, sorry, 3 modulo 5. 3 modulo 5 means when 3 is divided by 5, right? So 3 is there divided by 5, 5 zeros. Yeah, that's correct. Correct. So far, correct, everybody. If I did 6 modulo 5, if I'm trying to do 6 modulo 5, what happens? If I'm trying to do 6 modulo 5, what's the remainder I'm going to get? Very good. Yeah. So 6 modulo 5, what I'll say is 6 is equal to 1 into 5 plus 1. This is the remainder over here. 7 modulo 5. 7 modulo 5 will be what? 7 is equal to 1 into 5 plus 2. Do you see it's repeating again, everyone? Do you see the remainders are again repeating? 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And so on. Now, if I go back here, if I do 0 modulo 5, obviously, this is also basically speaking 5 is equal to 0 into 0 plus 0, right? Okay. Right? So 0 into 0 plus 0. But what would minus 1 modulo 5 be? If I'm talking minus 1 modulo 5, what would it be? Okay. I could say 5 is equal to, right? That is okay. I get why I made that mistake. Sorry for that. 1 second. Yeah, 1 second. This is not how you write it. Sorry. I'll just very quickly do it. When you do it, again, sorry for this. Generally does not happen. I think I've taught you guys some of this, but don't know why. Sorry, I'm kind of blanking out. Okay. 1 modulo 5. What you're basically saying is 1 is equal to 0 into 5 plus 1. Yeah, that's what I was getting confused. 1 is the dividend over here, everybody. 5 is the divisor. Quotient is 0. Okay. Here what we're saying is 2 is equal to 0 into 5 plus 2. 3 is equal to 0 into 5 plus 3, and so on. Okay. That's what you're getting. Okay. For those of you confused, basically we're saying, we're trying to say dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Do you all remember this part? Basic maths from your first grade, right? Not first grade, I think second, third grade, but you guys remember this? Dividend, divisor into quotient plus remainder. So that's what I'm saying. So when I'm talking about here, so on, I'll go like, 4 modulo 5, now it works out. So when I go 4 modulo 5 is equal to 4 is equal to 0 into 5 plus 4. 5 modulo 5. So what this means is 5 is equal to 1 into 5 plus 0. That's why the remainder is 0 over here. Okay. And then same thing here. This becomes 6 modulo 5 and 7 modulo 5. So this would be 6 and 7. Okay. Now the important thing here is this will become 1, this will become 2, and this is 1 into 5, 1 into 5. Okay. So when you do 6 divided by 5, you will still get 1. When you do 7 divided by 5, you will still get 1. When you do 5 divided by 5, you'll still get 1, but the remainders will be 0, 1, and 2 respectively. Okay. If I did 0 modulo 5, what do I get? I get 0 is equal to 0 into 5 plus 0. Okay. So now it's all repeating again. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What I was asking was, what does it mean to say minus 1 modulo 5? Minus 1 modulo 5. What does it mean to say that? I could say minus 1, right? I could say minus 1 is equal to, just give me 1 second, everybody. 1 second. Minus 1 modulo 5. What do you guys would say would minus 1 be? All right, sorry. There's some stuff there. Okay, anyway, my team had just messaged me for something. Okay, cool. Let's just continue. So minus 1 modulo 5. What would minus 1 modulo 5 be? There are two ways of talking. You can either say it's 0 into 5 plus minus 1. You can say this. Or you could say it like, you could say it's, but yeah, it will not be 0 into, yeah, you could say it's like this. Or you could say minus 1 into 5 plus 4. Minus 1 into 5 plus 4. Both are correct, everybody, to say mathematically. You could either say this, or you could say, what could you say? You could say 0 into 5 minus 1. Both of them you could say. Correct? Are you guys getting both these ways? Right. So which one is correct? Should I take this minus 1? Should I take this minus 1 or should I take 4? Which one should I take? 4 or minus 1? What do you guys think? Others, what do you guys say? 4 or minus 1? So this is the thing. Mathematically speaking, both are correct. You cannot fault both of them. Okay, both are correct. We prefer generally this 4. Why? Because look at the series. It's just going 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Negative remainder does not really make too much sense. This is what I'm trying to say. Negative remainder does not make too much sense. Because then, in theory, you can also go ahead and say that, it's 1 into 5 minus 6. Right? You can also say 1 into 5 minus 6. Why is minus 6 not a remainder? It's less than 0, right? It's less than the number also. Or minus 11 is a remainder. 2 into 5 minus 11 will give you minus 1. Right? So we try to go for this number, the positive number. The problem is Java by default goes for the negative number. Java by default will go for the negative number. So 12 modulo minus 12 modulo 17 will give you minus 12 only. To convert it back to a positive number, minus 12, if you want to convert back to a positive number, simply just add 17 again, which was the original number, right? Or in this case, just add, so if you add it, you'll get 5. Or if in this case, what did you do? You added, what did I do? I added this thing 5 to it. So if I did, I get -1. If I add 5 to it, I'll get 4, which is the answer. Okay. So just remember, in Java, negative number modulo is always going to be negative number. Add the number again to it, and you'll get your remainder back. So that's the negative number. I think the same issue has also happened in the case of our the division also. A similar issue has happened there as well, I feel. Because does it say floor, this is integer division? Okay. So I think something like that might have happened, but in any case, I think this is a good hack. And yeah, so did you guys understand the modulo issue with Java? Did you all understand the modulo issue with Java? Yeah. Cool. So yeah, this match.floor division is a possible answer. So do check it out. Right. I'll get back to why exactly this was caused the issue. Looks like an edge case where something like I don't know, somebody was saying, right, -25 divided by 3. How do we know to use that? This one, I mean, honestly, I'm trying to figure out why that came. Somebody was giving an example. So for example, if this was -25 and let's say this was 3, so then if I try to do Z, what do I get? I should ideally get -25 by 3 would be -8. It should be -8, right? Let's just say, okay, that's not, it's coming, it should be, sorry, should be -8 ideally. Yeah, it's coming -8. But if I look at -8.33, which is floor division, -8.33, if you do that, it is going to give you 9, right? Because the number immediately lesser to that is -9. That's why it's giving you that. So the floor division will end up giving you 9 over there. This gets us back to how is it happening in Python then? Yeah, that's an interesting thing. Let's just go back and check in Python. We will end up uncovering something great over here. I think if I did print -25 divided by 3, what do I get in Python? Yeah, -9, right? This is the reason. This is the major reason. So okay, I'll tell you the issue. So how do you know what to use over here? You just, this is InfyTQ. They will give you all sorts of random cases. You just have to try it out. So in Python, what's happening is when I do -25 divided by 3, what's it doing? It's some -8.333, right? And it's trying to get the nearest integer lesser than -8.33. What are the nearest integers to -8.33? You have -8 on one side. Rather, you have -9 on left side, -8.33 here, and -8 on this side. If I take the floor of -8.33, where do I go? I go to -9, right? Are you getting this? Hence, so Python, it came out correct because we were doing it like that. If you wanted to do the same thing in Java, I believe it should be, so 1 second. This works for Python. So in Java, either you can do floor division, math.floor division, or now what you can do is you can apply the same thing as this. Int current is equal to I divide by operand, and if I am modulo operand not equal to 0 and I and current less than 0, in both cases current minus, I guess, answer is equal to answer plus current. Let's say X. X over here. Yeah, let's see. Okay. No, okay, still wrong. All right, but I think there is a way of I mod operand not equal to 0 and x less than 0. I'll do x minus minus because I want to get it to x is equal to x minus 1. That should be the case. Okay. Anyway, I think you should just go for the floor division. Even I'm not able to figure out why this case is not passing. In what case? I'll come back to you guys on this. Why it did not pass. Because you're getting -8 there, but I'm just increasing by 1. I'm making it -9. Is there a case where it's not going to that? Okay, I'll come back to you guys on this, but just use floor division for now, right? Just use floor division for now. It's a good question. I'll just get back to you on this. Okay, cool. We have time for one last question. Let's take one last question right now. Anybody? Which question would you guys like to take? One last question. Parenthesis matching. Okay. Chronic number. All right. So let's take parenthesis matching. Since you guys have been asking, a maximum sub-array satisfying condition, I'll definitely take. All right. So first, I explained the logic of this earlier. You can watch the previous classes. But let's take up this parenthesis matching. Here, let's see what index are we supposed to print out. We are supposed to print out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 6 is where it's coming out to be unmatched, right? So okay, let's quickly do it. I'll do it in Java. All right. Java.util.star. Yeah, we have to use a stack over here. Public static void main string args. All right. Now, okay, what do we take as input? Input is just a string, right? Take a string in str. We'll have to, okay. So string in str is equal to scan.next. For that, we need to do scanner scan is equal to new scanner system.in. Okay. All right. So okay, anyway, so I get this, I get the entire string, and then what do I do with the string? I have it's your usual thing, right? So let me create a stack, and I'll use the array list method to create a stack. It's just easier. Let's say string, or I can just say character as well, because I can do a char at every point. So let's go for character this time. Okay. Stack is equal to new array list character. All right. What I'm going to do is for int I equal to 0, I less than equal to stack dot not that in str dot length I plus plus. Okay, so I'm going to go through this entire thing, and I'm going to keep pushing it into the stack. Let the end of the array list be the top of the stack. So let's keep pushing into the stack. When do we push? If is open, if is open in str dot char at I. So if this is open, if this particular thing is open, then push it. Stack dot push. What am I pushing? I'm pushing in str dot. Okay, I'll have to keep saying this in str, right? So I'll just say character current is equal to in str dot char at I. Right? I'll just say this. So if is open current, the current one is open, just push the current. Else Okay, if it is closed, yeah, correct. It is an add method, not push method. Very good. Add method. Okay. So else if it is closed, so it has to be closed. If it's not open, then it has to be closed. If so I take like the current top right now. So what's the top? Char top is equal to stack dot get stack dot size -1. This is the top. That means it's a closed bracket. If it's a closed bracket, I'm trying to get the top and see if is similar. If is similar, I'll say top and the current one. Can we use Java stack class? Yeah, go ahead. You can use it. Okay. So if it's similar, the top and current, okay, then you can pop out. How do I pop out? I'll just say stack dot remove stack dot size -1. I'll just remove the last element, right? If they're both similar, like if they're corresponding, basically. Okay. That is this top one and the current one are corresponding. If they're not corresponding, you know that at this location, at this particular location is where the imbalances happen. Correct. At this location is where the imbalance has happened. And what location is that? We are looking for the location of the open bracket, where the open bracket first came, right? So we can also create another stack of indexes. Let's do that. So array list indexes, right? This will be of integer. So again, the logic is as per what we discussed that day. So current character is equal to this, int index is equal to I. That's the current index right now. And when I add this, I will also add indexes dot add index, right? I'll add this. And when I remove, I should also remove indexes dot remove index dot size, indexes dot size -1. So I'll remove this as well. Then what am I doing? Else, okay. Now if it was imbalanced at that point, if that is the point is imbalanced, so I would like to print out, whatever is at the top, right? So indexes dot get indexes dot size. Yeah, that's it. Not -1 because it wants a position exactly, right? So if I looked at over here, it wants the third position, right? First unbalanced occurs at position 3. This is the part, right, where it occurs. 0, 1, 2, 3. No, okay, position 3. But in this case, we are saying, okay, I will, hold on. This is the wrong one. We are saying this is the wrong one. Indexes start from 1. Yeah, got it. String is balanced, so its output is 0. Note that indexes start from 1. Yeah, that's fine. No, but my point is, if this is the unbalanced one, then I'm not printing the tops indexes. I am printing the closed brackets indexes where the issue has come. Because so I'll actually just end up printing this indexes. Now I'll not print this. I will just end up printing index +1 over here, right? That's the case, because that is the one that's causing me the error. The mismatch has occurred over there. And finally, right? And let me also keep a flag. Initially, I'll say it's false. I found an imbalance here. Imbalance is equal to true. I'll just say here if there's an imbalance. Let's say I finish this entire thing. I think you guys must have missed this edge case. Once I finish this thing, but let's say there is still some element left. I finish that particular thing. If stack dot size still greater than 0 and imbalance is equal to false. So there was, I couldn't really find any imbalance, but the stack size is still greater than 0. That is this kind of a case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the stack size is still greater than 0 because all of them did not get popped out. Okay. But I also did not find any imbalance when I'm going for it. So in that case, what I will end up saying is it's at the last index. So I'll say dot out dot println what's the name of that, in str dot length +1 else out dot println else if imbalance equal to true, sorry, equal to false, then I just println 0. Okay, I think this should work. Let's just see. Oh, we didn't write two important functions, is open and is closed. Okay, let's quickly write that. Public static is open char bracket yeah. So this is the case. This is for is open, and about similar char open char close. Right. So I can do if open equal to this and close equal to this, return true, right? Else if you have something like this and this, also return true. And if the open is, let's say, round bracket and the round bracket here, yeah, then also we return true, otherwise we return false. If none of these are true, I'll just return false, right? Same thing, yeah, that I did. So return type required, yeah, boolean. Similar, again, return type required, so again boolean. Is similar, but we did is okay, is similar. Okay. All right, so out of bounds exception 8. Why did it go line 26? Dot, yeah, because it should be less than length. Okay, so this one passes. All right, so missing out some test cases, and index -1 out of bounds for length 0. Okay, for empty ones it's 0. Then print the invariant is unbalanced. Note that all indexes start from 1. If it is not properly balanced, then print the index where it is unbalanced. Initial index where it is unbalanced. Okay, got it. All right, I think we didn't break here. Yeah, imbalance is equal to true, and we should break out over here. That was one of the things we didn't do. And yeah. Okay. Lastly, we are only facing this index -1 out of bounds for length 0. Index out of bounds exception. Where is it? Line 34. Okay. All right. Cool. Top is equal to stack.size -1. It's not open. Okay. The first thing itself is it's closed. Okay. Got it. Yeah. If stack.size equal to 0, that means that you've automatically got that it is imbalanced, and we can simply say system.out.println at this index, right? So again, or 1 second, easier. If it's open, you do that. If it's closed, check if the stack size is greater than 0, and only then do this. If stack size is not greater than 0, then you can definitely go. If stack size is greater than 0, get this char and do all of these things. Okay, got it. Just this. Okay, we just made a mistake somewhere. If stack size is greater than 0, okay. Else I think that will work out now. Okay, we are making a mistake there only. That is the one case. We know that the stack size is greater. If the stack size is greater than 0, if stack size is not greater than 0, should we just print 1 as you are saying? That also does not make sense. It could be, it has to be index +1, or yeah, no, that's not printing 1. Okay, that's the case, but we'll just have to figure it out. If stack size is not greater than 0, that means the input we're getting it has to be index +1 only. Yeah. 1 second. Let's go step by step. If it's open, add it to the thing and add indexes. That's great. Although we don't even need this actually. You don't, technically speaking, need this because we're not using this anywhere as such, but still let's keep it. Else means that the stack size is not greater than 0. Else it means the stack size is not greater than 0, meaning I did not have any open brackets right now. I've got closed brackets. Those closed brackets are there. They are, those closed brackets do not have any open bracket corresponding to it. If the stack size is not greater than 0, right? So if the stack size is greater than 0, that means there is some open bracket corresponding to it. So I get that char of that. I check if it's similar. If it's similar, great. Right? If it's not similar, then I know, and then I can break out, right? However, if this was the case, I'll do else system.out.println index +1, and no, not printing 0. I need to break. I didn't break. That was the issue. I didn't break out. I think break will be the clincher over here. Okay. If break is also not working, why though? Why is it not working? Else is over here. This else, for this else, it came as a close thing. And what is this? This is for the overall for loop. And once I come out, oh yeah, and imbalance is equal to true. I also have to mention that, right? Imbalance is equal to true. Yeah. I forgot to mark the imbalance also as true, right? Yeah. So just make sure that we use all the flags for everything. In the case that, so the edge case was basically this. This was the edge case. I'll just show you. In this balancing parenthesis, there are always 3 major cases that you should always be aware of. One is like this is your usual case. Okay. This is your usual case where, suddenly speaking, out of nowhere, I get the wrong one, right? So like these two will cancel each other out. We're fine, but this curly brace cannot match with this one. So this new one coming in, that index is the wrong one. So in this case, 4 will be the mismatch. We were getting this. How are we getting this? It was over here. If it's a closed one and we check the top, if it's similar, great, they'll cancel. If they're not similar, index plus 1 is the one that is causing us the problem, right? Because we are doing one based indexing here. Okay. Then what did we say? We said, okay, the other case is something like this, where you have, let's say like this, and like this. So here, no problem. It's 0. There is 0 imbalance, right? Then we got another case, which was something like this also is imbalance because I didn't close this bracket. So this was the case where I come out, these two got cancelled out, and to cancel this one out, no new closed bracket came in. If a closed bracket has not come in at this point, then how do we pop it out? We can't. So it means that if the stack size is greater than 0, but I did not find an imbalance till now, it means that there is still something left. It means that there is still something left in the stack which has not got cancelled out. So I know that whatever was the strings.length plus 1 is my problem. It is the place where I'm getting an imbalance, because it's at that point where I could not find anything, right, to cancel it out. Okay. Now, if even after, if let's say stack size is not greater than 0 and everything has cancelled each other out, then imbalance will still be false, and then you'll print 0. That's not a problem. The major edge case that we were all missing was something like this. Okay. Like this. So here the stack size becomes 0, but this new close bracket is coming and it wants to print out, or it wants to pop out something from the stack. It can't find anything. So initially we got that I can't pop out from an empty stack. That's the exception we were getting. So what did we say? Okay, if the stack size is greater than 0, do all of this. If the stack size is less than, or it has nothing, I can't really pop out anything, right? At this point, I'm saying that it's closed, so I can't really pop out anything. So I know that at this point I have the problem. I can say imbalance is true and I have to break out. We were not doing these two things. That was the issue. So now we broke it out. Okay. Are you now getting all the 3 cases? Is that clear for you? That solution? All right. Shall we wrap up here, everybody? I think we are near our time. Shall we wrap up? All right. Any other doubts? If it's clear, please just say clear, everybody, on the chat, and then I'll wrap it up. Clear? Okay. All right, everyone. Thank you all for joining today. Tomorrow is the last class for this. We'll have a mega marathon session. Make sure you email team@edyst.com with any of the doubts, because after tomorrow is just InfyTQ itself. So email us with any particular doubts that you have. We'll be happy to take it up. Just make sure it's emailed well in advance, like by 4:30 p.m. Actually 3:30 p.m. because tomorrow I think there'll be a lot of doubts. So please email by 3:30 p.m. and I'll happily take up them in the session as well. Okay. All right then. Thank you all. Thanks all for joining today. And yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Thanks so much.